Hello guys, how's everyone? It's been a long time. Today we are going to study about soil and we will also identify the different types of soil and its characteristics. Are you ready? Now let's begin. First, we will check these keywords. Okay. Soil, weathering, humus, loam, deposition, and decomposition. Do you know what are the meaning of these words, guys? Okay, as we go on, we will know the meaning of these words. Okay, let's go on. First, we need to check these following questions. What is soil? How is soil formed? What are different types of soil and its characteristics? Why it's important to know the quality of soil we have. Do you know what are the answers of these questions? Okay, moving forward, we will know the answers of these questions. Now let's begin. Soil and its characteristics. Soil is a kind of matter that is made up of rock parts, remains, and wastes of organisms, water, gases, and microorganisms. It can be classified according to texture. First is clay. Clay has very small particles that are less than 0.002 millimeters in diameter. When wet, clay is very sticky. It is used in making cooking pots, bricks, and baskets. So this is the example of a clay. Next one, silt. Silt has larger particles than clay. Each particle is about 0.002 to 0.005 millimeter in diameter. Silt is good for growing vegetables and other garden plants. So you can see in the picture, the soil silt is good if you have to plant vegetables and other garden plants. Okay. The third one is sand. Sand's particles are about 0.005 to 2 millimeters in diameter. The particles are large enough to see. They are coarse and easily allow water to drain. This is used for making glass and hollow blocks. So this kind of soil is commonly used like for construction materials and making hollow blocks, as you can see in the picture. Get it? Next one. Fourth one is the loam. Loam is the most ideal for all kinds of planting purposes. Why? Because it contains a balanced proportion of sand, silt, and clay. So it means the soil loam, it contains all the nutrients that the plant needed. So that's why this is most ideal for all kinds of soil. Okay? So let's go on. As you can see, the different types of soil and their texture. Look at them. Clay, loam, sand, and silt. So each of them have different color and different texture. So the most abundant soil in the four is a loam. Okay. Next one. Do you know how is soil formed? Soil is formed through the process of weathering. Weathering refers to the breaking down of rocks into smaller particles through physical and chemical means. Physical weathering, sample mining, quarrying, construction of roads, heat, water, and burrowing organisms. Chemical weathering, when rocks will expose and react to certain chemicals like acids, carbon dioxide, or oxygen. Deposition is the process of laying down of rocks, soil, and organic materials in another location. During floods, running water carries soil particles and deposits them in some areas. Decomposition is the breaking down of materials. When animals and other organisms die, decomposers act on them. The decomposed materials are formed into humus. Humus is a dark brown material rich in nutrients essential for plant growth. Okay, so as you can see here, the example of physical weathering. All right, this is the breaking down of soil. The next one is the chemical weathering. There is the reaction with water, reaction with oxygen, reaction with acid, and the reaction with organisms. Let's go on to the next. So this is the illustration of deposition from the word deposit. It means, as you can see there, from freeze, when there is rain and other water flow, so the soil will move in the other place and it will be deposited there. So that's why it's called deposition. Okay. The next example is decomposition. So we all know that when the plants, for example, the leaves of the plants will go onto the ground and it will be decomposed in the soil, so the decomposers will act on them. So after that, it will be buried and it will become humus. So the humus now, it's the nutrients that is needed to plants. Okay, so and then the plants will use it to make their own food. So that will be the cycle. All right. Let's move on to characteristics of soil. What do you think? First is texture. Refers to the size of particle. Soil differs in terms of clay, silt, and loam, as we have studied a while ago about the four types. So these are the texture: the clay, the silt, the sand, and the loam, which you already know. Okay. Next one is color. Color tells something about soil decomposition. Different types of soil differ in color. The fertility of soil also depends on its color. So we have to know also the color of the soil. So the nutrients will depend also. Okay. Soil fertility refers to the ability of the soil to supply plants with adequate amounts of essential nutrients derived from minerals and organic matter. When farmers notice that the soil is not fertile, they add organic materials such as hay, animal manure, and other decaying materials. So it means soil fertility, it means the soil have a lot of nutrients inside. All right. There are the types of soil also. The dark soil is generally due to the presence of organic matter, which indicates soil fertility. So dark soil, it means it's a fertile soil. Red soil is associated with the acid content in soil. So it's often low in fertility. The intensity of the redness is due to the amount of iron in the soil. So red soil most commonly are not fertile, not good to use for planting. All right. Next one is gray soil. Has low organic matter content. It may contain ferrous hydroxide, a chemical that is harmful to living things. So gray soil also is very low in organic matter, right? So the best will be the dark soil. Light colored soil, it indicates very poor organic and iron content, while soil in areas with little rain may contain excess salts and may be considered barren. So light colored soil is not also advisable for planting. The next characteristics is structure. Structure describes the arrangement of particles in soil. This indicates how much water a type of soil can hold. Some types of soil particles are compact, allow only a few plants to grow in them. Loose soil may have great amount of humus and nutrient. Thus, plants grow best in them. So it's the structure of the soil. So the fertility or the nutrients will depends on them also. So as we check these illustrations, so if the structure of soil is not so compact, it means it is nice to plant on them because the nutrients are all present there. But if it is very compact, while the water cannot go inside, so it is not advisable to plant on that kind of soil. So you have to know that the structures of soil is very very important. So um, to make sure your plants will grow healthy. Okay, that's it. All right. Thus, to know the quality of soil is very important so that we can identify which type of soil is suited to grow plants which are needed for humans and animals. Okay, remember that. And to know the characteristics of soil will help us to determine which kind of soil we will use for planting purposes or for construction purposes. I hope you get the lessons and hope to see you again. Thanks for the time and have a nice week.